لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك.
Transportation is so superb.
The level of accommodation is better.
Very close to the Prophet Mosque.
I felt I should still be here to still worship more.
The changes have been so magnificent, so incredible.
Medina was a wonderful experience.
They exceeded our expectation.
For me, the Hajj service scheme is something which we must start.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. I am Binta Magaji. The fight to stop the spread of coronavirus is a collective responsibility. Let's be conscious of all precautionary measures to stay safe. Now to the program. Tonight, we conclude our series on the relationship between NAHCON and its stakeholders and how this partnership has impacted on Hajj management and administration. The focus in our spotlight segment of the program is on the impact of stakeholders such as Nigerians based in Saudi Arabia, the Nigerian Embassy on Hajj management and administration. Also in the program, we have other regular segments such as the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the commission, and other stakeholders. These are more shortly. Stay with us. Thanks for being there. We begin the program with the news diary as presented from our studio after this message.
Do you have any questions to ask on any aspect of Hajj and Umrah and you've been wondering how to go about it? You now have an opportunity to do so. All you need to do is to record the questions using your smartphone and send it through the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. Your questions will then be referred to the appropriate quarters for response and it will be aired on this program in our new segment Q&A. For clearer and better output, record your audio or video in a quiet place, not exceeding 2 minutes. Your recording should also have your name and address. Make good use of this opportunity to increase your knowledge on Hajj and Umrah and also be part of management and administration of same in Nigeria. Participate in the Q&A as you answer the call.
محمد نبينا بنور وادينا محمد نبينا بنور.
The chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan said the commission will take decision on the 2020 Hajj when the Saudi government provides an official position on the matter. Alhaji Zikrullah disclosed this during a video conference hosted by the Association of Hajj and Umrah Operators in Nigeria, NAHCON, on the topic, the future of Hajj and Umrah after the COVID-19 pandemic. He said, only the Saudi authorities can take a final decision on the possibility or otherwise of the 2020 Hajj. He added that the preventive measures being taken by the kingdom against COVID-19 pandemic and the reopening of mosques across the kingdom, particularly the Prophet Mosque in Medina, are indications that the pilgrimage may take place. Alhaji Zikrullah, however, pointed out that the Saudi government may impose other measures such as reduction of global allocation and banning high-risk people from the exercise. While discussing on the conference topic, the NAHCON boss said the commission has plans to address the economic challenges caused by the pandemic on Hajj and Umrah businesses. He assured NAHCON of NAHCON's support in ensuring that their business continues to thrive. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, says it is determined to complete all ongoing projects at various Hajj camps across the country. NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan was speaking at a meeting in Abuja with contractors handling the projects. The meeting, which had other stakeholders present, discussed ways of progressing the work at the various sites with deadlines issued for completion. NAHCON is constructing projects at Hajj camps with monies realized from Development Levy Fund. The projects include hotel-like accommodation for the camping of intending pilgrims before the commencement of airlift operations. Others are clinics, event centers, mosques, and fencing, among others. A number of these projects have been completed while others are at advanced stage.
Nigeria intending pilgrims. Are you aware that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NAHCON), in conjunction with Jais Bank and Islamic Development Bank (IDB), have organized a standard means of offering animal sacrifice (hadaya) with ease? Be guided that it is optional depending on the type of Hajj one is performing. Hence, you are urged to seek Islamic scholars' ulama's guidance. The intending pilgrims are cautioned not to make payments to unauthorized vendors who offer attractive prices but may turn out to be cheats. Make your hadaya payment to any Jais Bank next to you in Nigeria and collect your coupon, or to the State Pilgrims Welfare Board where you paid your Hajj fare. This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
Alhamdulillah, if you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. Through effective collaboration with its stakeholders, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, strives to give Nigerian pilgrims value for their money. How NAHCON and its stakeholders work harmoniously to achieve this noble objective is the focus of our next segment, Spotlight. Stay tuned for the details.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
In planning and running Hajj activities, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NAHCON) involves a number of stakeholders whose jobs are closely or remotely related to Hajj management. Nigeria High Mission in Saudi Arabia is one such stakeholder. The mission works closely with NAHCON to ensure better service delivery to pilgrims. Ambassador Muhammad Sani Yunusa was the former Nigerian Consul General in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. In an interview he granted while in service, he gave an insight into the nature of the partnership between NAHCON and the embassy.
Management of Hajj is a collective responsibility. Though we know the National Hajj Commission, by the act of the act establishing them, they are to do everything. But they have to do it in collaboration with both the Embassy of Nigeria, Riyadh, and the consulate here in Jeddah. So we complement each other. We come together, do everything together, because we are working for the same people, our people in Nigeria. We are working for the same government, the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
In this collaboration, the embassy helps in many ways, such as participating in contract negotiations with service providers in Saudi Arabia. It also takes Nigerian pilgrims through orientation programs on Saudi rules and other related matters. As part of its strategies for creating awareness among Nigerian pilgrims during the Hajj exercise, officials of the Nigerian embassy are deployed to airports in Saudi Arabia to welcome Nigerian pilgrims arriving for the Hajj. The reception team in Saudi Arabia is usually headed by the Nigerian ambassador to Saudi Arabia or the Consul General. Ambassador Isa Dodo led the team of officials in 2019 to receive Nigerian pilgrims at the King Abdulaziz Airport in Medina.
Ku bi dokokin ƙasan nan, kada ku shiga cikin kowane irin abu na hatsaniya na fitina, ka ku yadda ku tada hankalin kowa, ku yi aikin ku lafiya ku koma lafiya. Ku lura da kuɗinku da aka ba ku, ka ku yadda wani ya ce ku kawo ya maku canji ko wani abu, ku tafi da wanda ya san canji wanda kuka zo da su tare.
The Nigerian embassy in Saudi Arabia also lends diplomatic support to NAHCON in ensuring that the Commission's policies are actualized. This includes the agreement to have Saudi caterers import foodstuff from Nigeria. This policy is designed to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims are served the meals they desire.
Where we can come in is once we have a firm commitment by the service provider, that means the kitchens, can help them. If, for example, the government of Saudi Arabia said they have to pay taxes or whatever, then here will come and say, no, since we are bringing our own food for our own pilgrims, there should be no tax. So now the thing is, once we have firm commitment from the service providers, we'll assist them in bringing in the food items, inshallah.
The Saudi Ministry of Health is also another important stakeholder working with NAHCON to facilitate a hitch-free Hajj for Nigerians. The ministry is responsible for the issuance of license for the operation of various clinics set up by the Nigerian National Medical Team in Medina and Mecca. The clinics are licensed to operate and deliver only primary health care services. They can, however, make referrals to Saudi hospitals when there is the need for surgery or during emergencies.
All the medical missions of all the nations except Saudi, by law, are operating primary health care. Primary health care. Nigerian medical team is strictly observing this. We operate primary health care. So anything that requires admission, any case that requires long-term management, whether it is medical or surgical, we refer such patients or pilgrims to the Saudi hospitals. And there is a system of referrals from our own centers to the Saudi hospitals.
In addition to this, a joint visitation is undertaken at the instance of the Saudi Ministry of Health. This is often done before the commencement of the Hajj. The idea is to enable officials of other countries to see firsthand the level of preparation in healthcare delivery put up by the Saudi government. Nigeria is not left out in this assessment tour of health facilities.
This is ICU, it's good department, it's a big department. They have 52 bed ICU. It's 52 bed divided, 3 divided.
The Ministry of Health, Saudi, prepares for the events of Hajj. Annually, they have specialized institutions, that is hospitals, purposely for the pilgrims all over the world. They have cardiology center, that is center of heart disease. They have center of heat and sun stroke. They have center of respiratory diseases. These specialized centers are meant to quickly diagnose and quickly intervene and manage such cases. They normally take all representatives of the international communities that attend Hajj, which Nigeria is one of the countries.
Countries that comply with Saudi health guidelines are presented awards. Nigeria was among the countries recognized for these awards in previous Hajj exercises.
They gave us guidelines, what every nation should do before a license to practice in the kingdom is given. And we have fulfilled all these conditions, and we were given the license. And our performance warranted the certification by the Saudi government and the honor given to us today. So we are very happy and proud that we came, we participated, and our participation was recognized by the Saudi Ministry of Health.
Nigerians resident in Saudi Arabia are another important set of stakeholders to NAHCON. The Commission engages them as ad hoc staff in different areas. Some function as health assistants, while others are engaged as drivers, among others. Furthermore, NAHCON has made it a policy for service providers who are engaged by the Commission in Saudi Arabia to employ some of these Nigerians in their companies. The policy is being successfully implemented by the service providers, particularly caterers.
We are doing a lot of good. Every department of Hajj is recording good works.
In keeping with its tradition, NAHCON holds annual stakeholders meetings before and after Arafah. The gathering, known as the pre- and post-Arafah meetings, offer NAHCON and other stakeholders the opportunity to take stock of all arrangements put in place towards organizing a successful Hajj for Nigerian pilgrims. Key stakeholders, often shortlisted to take part in such meetings, include executive secretaries and directors of states' pilgrims welfare boards, members of the National Assembly, ulama, as well as tour operators, among others. In addition, what NAHCON and its stakeholders do during Hajj exercises are designed to ensure better service delivery to Nigerian pilgrims. In other words, to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims get value for their money. Nigerian pilgrims have at various times attested to this.
Based on what I realized since from the inception or commencement of this very pilgrimage, things were very, very okay, ranging from the transportation, ranging from shelter, ranging from nutrition as one of the basic needs of a pilgrim. I think all are very, very good.
And the food also has been nice. They've been giving us even desserts along with the food, and we've been enjoying ourselves so far. We are even grateful for the commission.
The arrangement is very super. They are prepared, well prepared for us, for everybody to participate in this Hajj. Very, very interesting. Alhamdulillah.
Because the arrangement of the boss, how they are doing the serving people in the tent, something, everything, alhamdulillah.
My stay here in Medina, I've been enjoying it because when I'm going to the Haram, I don't need to transport, to enter vehicle, to do anything. Within 5 minutes, I will go to the Haram. When coming back, there is no problem.
In terms of improving the entire living of the Hajj people in Saudi Arabia, because we find it very, very simple in doing whatever we have been doing here.
It is evident that the successes being recorded in Hajj management in Nigeria is as a result of NAHCON's policy to partner with all relevant stakeholders in the course of formulating and implementing decisions. This, in effect, has shown that Hajj management and administration in Nigeria is a collective responsibility.
Nigeria intending pilgrims, are you aware that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON, in conjunction with Jais Bank and Islamic Development Bank IDB, have organized a standard means of offering animal sacrifice hadaya with ease? Be guided that it is optional depending on the type of Hajj one is performing. Hence, you are urged to seek Islamic scholars ulama's guidance. The intending pilgrims are cautioned not to make payments to unauthorized vendors who offer attractive prices but may turn out to be cheats. Make your hadaya payment to any Jais Bank next to you in Nigeria and collect your coupon, or to the State Pilgrims Welfare Board where you paid your Hajj fare. This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
You are still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
Performing Hajj or Umrah teaches pilgrims a number of lessons that have huge benefits to the pilgrims and humanity in general. Key amongst them are the fear of Allah and unity of the Muslim Ummah. On Making the Hajj tonight, Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim is our guest.
The most important lesson to learn from Hajj is the fear of Allah Azza wa Jalla. At-taqwa. If you read the ayat of Hajj in Surah Al-Baqarah, you will find that Allah has prescribed Hajj so that we may gain taqwa, piety, the fear of Allah Azza wa Jalla.
Unity among the Muslim Ummah is an important lesson embedded in Hajj and Umrah.
Is how to be brother to one another. When you look around these 3 or 4 million Muslims, you feel the bond of brotherhood. Never ever you will find one pilgrim, though stone broke, to starve or to suffer of starvation, because there are always Muslims around him, willing to give him food, willing to give him shelter, willing to come to his aid.
Hajj and Umrah bring forth lessons in humility.
That there is equality among Muslims. You cannot tell a rich man from a poor man. You cannot tell a king from a peasant, because they all wear the same clothes and they all look the same. No turbans, no shoes, nothing. It's only these two pieces of cloth that they put on their bodies. We learn from Hajj how to be humble and not to have any amount of arrogance.
The convergence of pilgrims in one place at the same time symbolizes the Day of Judgment. This is also a lesson for pilgrims.
This huge crowd reminds us of the Day of Judgment, when all people will be in one place. All of human beings in their hundreds of billions will be in one platform.
Being patient is also part of the lessons of Hajj and Umrah.
Doing good deeds is not difficult, but you have to be patient. And patience is what pilgrims learn in these 5 or 6 days in Hajj. Patience when they go from Mina to Arafat, and from Arafat to Muzdalifah, and from Muzdalifah back to Mina. Patience when they go around the Kaaba for Tawaf, or between As-Safa and Al-Marwa for Sa'i. Patience in not rushing things.
Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim urged Muslims to imbibe these lessons and put them into practice at all times.
Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, name 4 persons that can stand as mahrim for a woman traveling for Hajj. The correct answer is her husband, blood brother, her son, and her father. The winner is Marwan Umar Gwamba from Birnin Kebbi, Kebbi State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Marwan Umar will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Previous winners whose names have been announced but are yet to receive the prizes should reach us through this number showing on your screen. Now to the quiz for this week. The question is, at what point in the course of performing the Tawaf are pilgrims expected to recite Rabbana Atina Fid Dunya Hasanatan wa Fil Akhirati Hasanatan wa Qina Azaban Nar? I repeat, at what point in the course of performing the Tawaf are pilgrims expected to recite Rabbana Atina Fid Dunya Hasanatan wa Fil Akhirati Hasanatan wa Qina Azaban Nar? Text the answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Good luck once again. Before we round off the program, we take some messages from our viewers. The first message came from Abbas Ismail from Suleja, Niger State with GSM number 0904-270-2175. The message reads, I am sending this to appreciate the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. May Allah reward you abundantly as you continue to shed light about Hajj in particular and Islam in general. Mariam Waziri sent the second message via WhatsApp. The message says, your program as you answer the call is good and educative. I follow it every Monday. Thank you. You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our governments in the fight against this deadly disease. That's it on this edition of the program. As you answer the call, join me same time next week for another package. Good night and thanks for watching.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك، لبيك لا شريك لك.